How's it going, YouTube? The Panda Cup 3 is happening very soon, and in this video we are going over a deck analysis for all the players and all their deck lists. I will link the information below in the description so you guys can find all the information on the Panda Cup 3. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, give me a like, give me a sub. Thank you guys so much for watching. First off, we have Shugo. Shugo is playing a Rune, Shadow, and Forest list, and Shugo is the Panda Cup 1 champion. So he won the first one. Did okay in Panda Cup 2, but let's see if he can regain his throne here. So let's see his deck list. So he's got his first rune is a Daria. So a pretty aggressive Daria deck. He's playing Goblins on top of that. I don't know why Goblin is pretty common in Daria, but when you see Goblin, that's a sign that a player wants to be really aggressive, right? So it is a Daria build, but it's going extra ham, extra aggressive. Angelic Snipes as well. I believe he's playing Dance to Deaths as well. Triple Rune. Clark, everything kind of standard. Triple Levi, obviously. Oglers, Fate's Hand, Blade Mages, Daria. So, it's kind of like a standard Daria list, except it's just really aggressive, right? Playing Goblins on top of that. So, he wants to get that early game board advantage. As you guys know, Daria is a pretty good deck. Not surprised that we see Daria decks being brought to the Panda Cup. But I will point out that there's only 3 Daria decks in the Panda Cup. There are 5 runes, but only 3 of them are Daria. Goblin, yeah. I don't know how to feel about it, but Goblin is a pretty aggressive card, right? With 9 1-drops, he should have a play on turn 1. Whether that's sniping face or not, I'm not sure, but we'll see how that works out for him. Seems to be pretty aggressive. Okay, let's check out his second list. Sugar's also playing Shadow, and I believe he's playing the Nefty's build. So let's check out his Nefty's build. A lot of the Nefty's decks, what they do is that you only play a certain amount of minions to make your Nefty's be really good. Now, some people go all in on this to guarantee the best Nefty's possible, but some people will still play cards like Cerberus and so on. Now, Sugar is not playing Cerberus. You can see here he has no 5-drops whatsoever. He's playing Skull Beast as a 1-drop, and obviously you don't want to get Skull Beast out of Nefty's. You still get a Shadow, which is probably not that relevant at that point, but it does give him better early game as he also have a 1-drop, right? So what other minions does he actually play? He's playing 2-drops with the Angel, Unicorn, and the Corpse. He's playing 3-drops with the Soldier and nothing else. Then he's playing 4-drops with Double Earth, Triple Unleasher, and he's playing a Ghostly Rider. I saw a lot of people talking about this, like, how good would Rider be off of Nefty's? And I've not seen it too much in action, but I think the effect is reasonable. Giving Ward means that your Nefty's will be more defensive, right? He's not playing Battle though, his only 6-drop is Rider. And obviously Death Spread, you know, but the like minions he plays. Then he plays Triple Kiwi, because you'd be a madman not to. Kiwi is an insane card. I keep saying this, probably the best card that Shadow actually got. Only 2 Mordecais and Triple Nefty's. This is what I run myself, and I think this is, I don't want to say the best, but this is what I like. I like Double Mordecai, Triple Nefty's. Sinful Baggins with the follow. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not sure if the 1-up is needed, but he's choosing to play it. It could make his Nefty's worse, but it gives him better early game. Because what I do know is that Nefty's, sometimes you do struggle in the early game. On top of that, he's playing a bunch of removal, right? Triple Resentment, Double Soul Hunt, a card that you don't see too often, but if you're going to pass on 3, you don't have a minion. Soul Hunt is pretty solid, right? It answers most, if not all, early game minions, so it seems good. Playing Foul Tempest, Death Spread, obviously. I'm worried about how the Rider and the Skull Beast will do for him. So that's the first Nefty's, but not the last that we'll see in the Panda Cup. And his last build is something a little weird. Maybe you guys don't expect this, but he's playing Purgatory Forest. So in Panda Cup 1, Shugo won the tournament, and he did play like Phoenix Roost and stuff like that. But the deck that he dominated with was Purgatory Forest. So Shugo's definitely very proficient with the deck. Definitely known for his Purgatory play. Great player. Now Purgatory, we don't see it too often these days, because the most common Roach deck that you see, most common Forest deck you see is the Roach deck, right? However, the Purgatory is still solid, and I'm not sure how we'll fare in this meta, but seems pretty solid. Nothing too crazy, I would say. Dual Fairy Beast, Triple Tia. Kind of a more old school build. I don't know if there's any new cards in here. Is there a single card from Bombin in this list? I don't think so. So, kind of an old school deck, but I feel like he brings this because this is like his deck that he's known for, the deck that he's most comfortable with. So, I'm not surprised to see Shugo bring in something like this. So, we'll see how it works out. You can find all the information on the Reddit thread MC's Pass, and you can get the link here. So, check it out. So, that's Shugo's list. He's got Daria, pretty aggressive deck. Nefty's more controlly, and Purgatory, which is Not really control, not really combo. It's kind of a weird deck, but definitely been a pretty good deck in Shadowverse history. Although not seen much in this meta. We'll see though. Next we have Baka Baka. This is his first appearance in the Panda Cup, but he's a pretty popular streamer. I'm sure you guys know him. So pretty high ranking master player as well. So definitely good. Let's see what he's brought. Okay, so he's playing D-Shift. I believe he's the only player playing D-Shift. We have 3 Darius, 1 D-Shift, 1 Earth One, as I said. Now, I'm by no means a D-Shift expert, but there's some cards here that are not standard for D-Shift, right? Like Disaster Witch. I don't know how to feel about Disaster Witch. Let me actually, because it's kind of cut off from the... Okay, you can see he only plays 1 Disaster Witch, but this card is definitely not standard by any means. Blade Mage as well, it's a solid card, right? Lets you get your combo out early, I suppose. Playing Dole Merlin, triple cash. I think the early game is pretty standard, right? But Blade Mage Disaster Witch is by no means standard. Ogler's as well, right? So I'm not sure. I'm by no means a D-Shift expert, like I say, but I don't know. How do you guys feel about the Witch in the D-Shift? Okay, his second deck is Haven. We're seeing a lot of Seraph in the tournament, but Baka Baka says choose to bring a Garuda. I believe he's the only Garuda player. So he's playing, obviously, like the aggressive amulets, Pin and Prayer, Birdsong, Area, of course, 1 Moon, Triple Garuda, 1 Decree. A lot of people don't play Garuda, Decree and Garuda, but he's choosing to play one of them. And Garuda's a deck that we don't see too much these days either. He's playing Land Spirit, which is new from Bahamut, and I think this card is pretty solid. Now, it does trade, it doesn't go face like the Garuda deck would want to, but I think it's a pretty solid card, and we'll see how this list does for him. I believe he's the only Garuda player, and everyone else is playing Seraph. And then for his last day, he's playing Forest. He's playing the Roach deck, right? Which is the most popular Forest deck, and a pretty good one at that. Deck that, essentially, you guarantee your Roaches with your Golem Mages, your Finas. Then you go ham on turn like 7 or 8. You can burst up to like upwards to 15 damage. Pretty good combo. Now, the deck is weak to wards, but he's playing the Pixie Mischief version, which is pretty solid. Also playing Fairy Knight as well, which is a card that we don't see too often, but and Will of Forest too, right? Like, he's not all in on the Wolf combo per se, right? Playing 1 Soulman's Command. I don't know how to feel about this card, but a lot of lists do play it. A lot of 1-drops. Triple Goblin, Triple Water Fairy, Triple May. So many 1-drops. Triple Fairy Circle as well. That is a lot of 1-drops. Obviously, he's only threw up his Roach, so he guarantees that the Mage will always get it. But he's playing Justice instead, and Justice as well, and Mischief, so that he doesn't just auto-lose to wards. So the Roach deck is a pretty strong deck, but we'll see how it does in the tournament. Okay, we got Railgun. Railgun is the Panda Cup 2 champion. He did beat Soul in the finals to become the Panda Cup champion, so shouts to him, and he's back to defend his title. He's playing Forest, but he's not playing Roach. He's playing the Wolf combo deck, which is the a Forest deck that I have personally more experience with. So let's check out his build. Playing still some 1-drops, but no Goblin, no Water Fairy. Fairy Circle, May. Playing Whisperers, still playing Roaches because you're Forest, you're gonna play Roaches anyway. Play Triple Wings for the card draw so you can draw into your combo easier. Triple Ancient Elf, pretty standard. Only double Princess Mage and double Tia. I wonder why he chose to only bring 2 instead of 3 Princess Mage. I guess he might just be making room for sword cards, right? Playing double Willow Forest, which I think is standard. Double Fairy Beast, so he doesn't get bodied by aggro decks. Not that there's a lot of aggro decks in the Panda Cup, but there are some aggro decks. No, he's playing triple. It's 2 a standard and 1 the art, it still looks like a separate one. Double Mahis, I think Mahis is a pretty good card as well. And he's playing double Odin, which I think this is like him making a meta call that he expects to face a lot of Seraph decks in the Panda Cup. And double Odin will definitely help with that, especially with a deck that can really like draw his deck out, right? With stuff like Willow Forest, Glimmering Wings. So there are 3 Seraph decks, and we'll see how Odin should definitely do well with that. He plays Triple Bolt, and only 2 Wolf. Some people play 3 Wolf, some people only play 2 or 1, I guess. Seems solid though, nothing too crazy. I do like the Wolf deck. It's a pretty solid deck, I would say. Not as popular as the Roach deck, but I think still is pretty solid. It is pretty different though. Second deck is Shadow, and he's playing Nefty's deck. So Nefty is pretty popular. The second Nefty's deck we've seen. So we saw in the first Nefty's deck, people were playing Fairy, the 1-drop? What's the 1-drop called? The Beast? Shadow Beast, right? I think that's called. He's playing no 1-drops, playing Triple Conversion instead. He's playing 2-drops, playing Sergeant instead of like, like Angel or Widow, which is better stats to fight the board early on, but make sure Nefty's worse, right? Corpse, Resentment, Attendant of the Night, Foul Tempest, Earth, Triple Earth, 2 Unleashers, Double Assassin, no other 6-drop, no Balor, no Ghostly Rider, triple Death Spread instead for the 6s, triple Kiwi, and then triple Mordecai, triple Nefties. I'm a fan of playing triple Nefties, but I don't know. I feel like, is playing triple Mordecai too clunky? Because you would much rather have Nefties than Mordecai, right? And playing 3 of them means you like to draw it. But since he doesn't have like too many whack cards, because he only has 2 drops, 3 drops, 4 drops, 7 drops, and 8 drops. So the Mordecai is not guaranteed. But his Nefties should be solid most of the time, right? At least get a Kiwi or a Mordecai. Then his last deck is a pretty hype deck. I'm a fan of this deck. He's playing the Phoenix Roost, Bahamut. I don't know if you can call this a combo deck. I don't know if you can call it a ramp deck, control deck. I'm not sure what you call this. This is just Phoenix Roost in all its glory. So essentially you play Phoenix Roost, and you either go ham with like Genesis, Forte, Earths. He does play triple Earth, or you like play Bahamut, clear whatever they play, right? Pretty interesting for sure. Early game he's playing no Oracle, but he's playing Emissary instead. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I do think that it's cool that we move to a point where maybe Oracle is not auto-including like slow Dragon decks. Emissary instead. We'll see how it works out for him. Triple Salamander pretty standard. Angels and Unicorns definitely, you know, like the both early heal defensive minions. Triple Ayla, Triple Earth. Uriel to search for the Roost. Dragon Warrior Council. Card draw is nice after you play the Roost. Triple Fervor. And then Conflag, double Odin still on top of that. Triple Bahamut, triple Genesis. Pretty interesting. Only playing 2 Fortes, triple Genesis. I guess after you Roost, Genesis is just better than Forte, right? Because it's more damage. It's a pretty hype deck. Then we got Mango, another popular streamer. Mango did play in the second Panda Cup, where if I'm not mistaken, he got 3rd. So did pretty solid there as well. And he's the other player playing Dragon, but he has a more standard ramp build. Yeah, Genesis plus 2 is okay. It's 21 damage. So, again, he's not playing Oracle, so maybe this is just like the next step for Dragon. I'm not sure. Playing Emissary instead. Somebody that plays a good amount of Dragon, I'm not sure how to feel about it. But again, I do think that maybe Oracle is not just auto-included in every deck. Playing Albert Dragon for the early game, Breaks and Breads. Emissary, this is more like a standard ramp, right? He's playing Ayla still. Earths, Dragon Warrior, Siegfried. Triple Fervor still. He's playing the Owl, which I think is a fantastic card. I think one of the best cards that we got out of Bahamut. Absolutely great for Dragon. Even if you're not playing the Disco package, it's still such a good standalone card. Double Forte, double Conflag, double Bahamut, double Genesis, and 1 Odin. Seems pretty solid. So just ramp into some big dudes. You don't have that OTK like what you do with the Phoenix Roost, but it's also like less crazy, right? Less variable. Seems solid. I think Ram Dragon is pretty solid right now. Maybe he underestimated. So, pretty solid list, I would say. Then we have his Shadow build. I believe he's the one playing, no, he's still playing Nefties. Okay, so let's look at, so again, when you see Nefties, what I look to is, what minions, what cost are they playing, right? So he's not playing 1-drops, which I think is fine. I think most people don't play 1-drops. He's playing 2-drops though, and his 2-drops are Unicorn, Corpse, and Widow. So you saw, Rogan was playing Sergeant instead, but he's playing Widows, which makes his Nefties worse. Makes his Nefties better, but his early game worse, right? Playing Soulhorn, Foul Tempest, Triple Earth, Triple Unleasher, Necro Assassin, no Balor either, or Ghostly Rider, but Triple Kiwi, Triple Mordecai, Triple Nefties. So again, like I said before, I'm not sure how to feel about Triple Mordecai. I gotta believe it's a little clunky, but seems okay. No Balor. Seems like most people are not playing Balor in Nefties. But they're playing Unleasher instead. And he's not playing the 3-drops. He's not playing any 3-drops. So that means his only minions are 2-drops, 4-drops, 7 and 8s. So he has this build where his Nefties will guarantee get a Mordecai out. And I kind of like that. Because he doesn't have to worry about that like crazy RNG. He will guarantee get Mordecai out. His other guys might whiff right, like he could get an Earth or Necro Assassin. But Kiwi and the 2-drops will always go through. So that's pretty solid. I do like that. And then his last build is Blood. Like I said, people are playing Control Blood. Nah, not really any aggro Blood decks. So his deck, you could say, is like mid-range Blood, I suppose. because, no, I'm pretty sure Nefties cannot get Nefties. So I'm pretty sure you could call this mid-range, because he doesn't have that crazy late game. He doesn't have Bahamut's or like Tempest Vampires, Olivia's, anything like that. But he's still playing Revelation, and like, I guess you could say this is mid-range technically. He's playing Blood Wolf, Bania, Eurus, you're pretty solid 2-drops. Still the Bats. Vayne's pretty solid as well. Celtic Knight. I'm still not sure how I feel about this card, but he's playing 2 of them. Triple Bond, only 1 Rider and double Devil. Rider's better in the early game, but Rider's better in the late game as well. And he doesn't have crazy late game, so I think that makes sense. Triple Mary still. And then double Queen Vampire, double Matriarch. Triple Revelation. So a more mid-focused Blood, I would say. So Magnus lineup, playing Ram Dragon, Nefties, and mid-range / control Blood. Pretty solid lineup, I would say.